it's very careful that your attitude be right. This is not somehow, I'm the voice of reason, you know, and you're the irrational, stupid person, okay? It's not like that at all. I want to have an attitude of humble curiosity. I want to understand how you think. I want to understand where this comes from, okay? Not judging, not arguing with you. I mean, cognitive therapy can become arguing if you're not careful. You have to just sort of have to raise possibilities, raise questions. Is it possible that? What do you think about? And let them comment on it, okay? And if you don't get anything good after a while, don't worry about it. You get another chance later, okay? As a matter of fact, cognitive therapy is not talking someone out of their feelings. As a matter of fact, it's pretty much impossible to talk someone out of their feelings. Going back to that old ambivalence thing, you know, if you try to persuade someone not to feel some way, they're probably going to feel it stronger. So if I have a client and she says, oh, I'm so worried about my son and all these things are going wrong and I'm just worried about him. And if I say something like, oh, Mary, you don't have any reason to worry. Everything is going to be okay. What's she going to say to me? Well, you don't understand. And she's going to worry all the more. So we can't talk people out of their feelings. To test this, those of you who are married, next time your spouse is angry at you, say, you shouldn't be angry at me. Does that ever work? In the history of humankind, has that ever worked? All right, so that's kind of how CBT works. Another one I don't have listed here is a person has an interpretation of an event. For example, I worked with a young man recently. Some people he knows, he's a teenager, went on a trip to Florida for the spring break, and they didn't ask him. Okay? So his interpretation of that was, they don't like me. Okay? You know, I'm rejected by this group of people. Okay? All right, so that was his interpretation. Right? Obviously, that interpretation makes him feel pretty bad. But we didn't know if that interpretation was true or not. Might be, might not be. So, as part of his cognitive therapy, I said, let's come up with 3 or more different interpretations. Let's just come up with one. Okay? So he came up with, well, they only had so many could go. They only had room for so many. And that was one, okay. There's a pretty large group of friends, so it was probably impossible for all of them to go. So there was probably, you know, some choices made there, okay. And so I asked them some questions about, well, is there any other evidence besides how you feel about this event that these young people don't like you or you're not accepted? No, we do lots of stuff together, and they have a good time. They call me up and ask me other places, okay. So this is a kind of cognitive therapy where you're inviting them to look at different interpretations, right? Hopefully one that's a little more optimistic or hopeful for them.